Like, I'm not gonna stop you from what you really want to do, and
Ain't
then
nothing, boo.
huh?
You,
No,
you say what
I
you
was talking to her.
want.
She was sneering at me.
Oh.
I
I'm
was
saying
just
I know that like I know. Oh, men are supposed to be able to control their women, and she shouldn't look at another dude. That's not. That's just not me. It's just not me who I am. And I don't want to think about it in the back of my mind like how you think about it. Like, oh, what if she goes behind my back? The fact that you came up to me, you had the conversation. I know it's on your mind. If that's how strong you want to do about it, then cool. Let's have the conversation further and take it from there.
So if
Uh,
she does what she got to do and come back, you gonna touch her?
Would you kiss
Are you judging,
I'm not
Amanda?
judging. I'm asking a question. Thank you. I'm
That-
leading the conversation,
Did I
right?
say yes to it? Did I allow it?
Yeah.
And I was then yeah. If I allowed it, I didn't say I'm leaving. I'm moving out.
No, you're not leaving. You're not moving out. But are you gonna be a little disgusted with her when she comes back? Are you gonna kiss her?
Disgusted because she saw somebody she liked and she wanted to have sex with them.
Right.
no,
Are
if
you
she
going?
does it.
Yeah, she does it. She comes home. Baby, I'm back.
She does.
Are you
She goes
kissing?
out on
The
Friday
following
night.
conversation was, "Hey, listen, you know I'm doing the shit too now. That's how that's gonna go. It's not gonna be like you just
Oh,
gonna
so
be,
it's tit for tat.
it's
No,
not
it's
tit for
open
tat. It's an open.
relationship.
It's an honest conversation. You think you just gonna be having sex with dudes and I'm not gonna have sex with other women? That's an honest conversation.
I'm not mad at his answer, but what I will say is that I realize women don't understand why men cheat.
Mm,
I don't need it.
sorry, hold on. I gotta double back to Rome because was that a part of the conversation? Was that okay?
part of the
Fine. I
communication.
understand.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, I understand that you want to do this.
Mhm.
Okay, and if you're gonna do that, I'm gonna do that. Was that a part of the conversation, or did you just say, okay, yeah, I'm cool with it, do whatever, and then just
And then
say,
she goes
oh, okay,
vibing.
and I'm gonna do it? Like, is that what
Let's be
happened?
realistic. In your relationship, you're not like, yeah, do whatever, go have lots of sex. No one's saying that in their relationship.
Right.
You have to have the conversation, and where that conversation goes afterwards is that's the honest conversation that people don't want to have.
And I'm just asking, would that have been a part of the conversation
Yes.
that you were also going to go out and have sex with someone else?
I'm not going to let you have sex with other dudes while I sit here and have sex with you.
I
Yes, I'm
understand
having
that
sex with
point.
other
The
women.
I'm
answer is
just
Yes, the answer is
okay,
yes.
but he
I'm
ain't even saying
I
that.
said
That's why
yes
I'm
the
keep
first time.
asking.
But Amanda, I just Rico, hold on 1 second. I'm sorry, but think about this just a little bit further. We joke a lot, and we joke, and we even joked about it earlier today
Love you.
about work wives and work husbands, right? Work wives and work husbands. We joked about it, but think about it. There are people who are in actual, and I applaud Rome for this, right?
For being honest.
For being honest, because I'm gonna tell you why. There are
Damn,
people.
pipe down.
There are people who have work wives and work husbands who are fucking their work wives or work husbands, right? Because they can't communicate what's going on at work with their house. Then there's a flip side. There's the people who which is where this conversation. There are people that communication is so thorough you can't fuck with their house.
I think
Oh,
that's what makes it stronger
she's a
because
work
you
wife, right?
communicate like
Dude
that.
pushing up on her heavy too. Wife come home like, yo, young boy in that job pushing up on me heavy. He had me feeling like I was 20 again. Be like, yo, tell him change, like, yo, what you gonna do? Yo, I'm telling you, this is what I was feeling. And some way that communication just kept going and going. And she's like, all right, cool. She could go back to work and be like, yo, I told my husband you on some shit. And then he's like, damn, you told him like that. It's like the communication, if it's in the house and it's thorough, I think it's like, you know how they say your inner love, then you show the outer love, whatever. I think if it's good, if you communicate thoroughly in the house, I don't think nobody can fuck with you outside.
Yeah, but no.
But I'm gonna go to Rico now.
Yeah, but
Rico.
no.
Your girl comes up to you and she says, hey, listen,
How long have you been together?
you've been together
Like
4.5 years.
No.
That matters.
You've been together 10 years.
It does matter because I do think if I was with my girl for 20 years and she's like, yo, I want to do something, I'm like, damn, you've been getting the same dick for 20 years. All right, I could be more lenient. But 4 years, well, this shit's still kind of fresh. You know what I'm saying? And I be working a lot. So, you know what I'm saying? There's still some in the tank.
So then I pose that question to you. What do you think happens when you got with her? You think she stopped looking at men?
No. I didn't. My thing is, I never trust any woman to stop looking at men and wanting to fuck men. In my mind, they all trying to fuck the right man. And I'm a part of that same group, that same 20%. So in my eyes, it's like, I know that she's good. She will do it, right? But I hope, I guess, and I don't even believe in hope, but I hope she has the discipline to not do it. And if she does, she has the decency to tell me. You know what I'm saying? Now, if my girl came up to me and said, hey, I want to sleep with one, I want to hall pass with one dude. And we've been together for, right now, we've been together for 4 years. So let's say if it's this day and age, I'm going to be like, well, I appreciate you being honest. It's definitely not gonna happen. But the weird thing is this, and this is what I want to say, like before, is like the weird thing is that I understand why people cheat. And I understand why people cheat because the crazy thing is, if I ask you, hey, can I get this hall pass? And you tell me no, you're going to assume I'm doing it anyway. So I'm paying the price for an action I've never done.
Okay.
And if I'm going to pay the price for an action that I've never done, I might as well just do it. And if I do it and we can recoup or rebound from it, great.
Are you gonna be okay with yourself if you actually do it?
Yes, I would be okay with myself because it was what myself had wanted to do in this scenario. Or in fact, if my girl said, hey, listen, I cheated, this is what happened. Will I take her back from it?
You wouldn't.
She has a better chance of me taking her back.
I don't know. That sounds real good. Like, I cheated. This is what happened.
Nah.
Like,
We'd be
as an
friends,
open-ended
though.
statement
What I'm saying-
to like clear, like,
But, like,
that sounds good to me.
What I'm saying is, she would have a better chance of me taking her back than for me to treat her different had she had asked me to do it. I mean, treat her right than if she had asked me to do
If
it.
she had communicated with you.
Yeah,
ahead of time.
if she communicated it with me knowing myself, and then I'm like, all right, cool. Then she says she wants to go on a girls trip. My antennas are ringing, right? And it's not going to be a space where she's going to be able to operate comfortably. If she does cheat and I do take her back, it's something I'm going to have had to accept, move forward from, and I'm not going to bring that with me, which means I will be able to treat her as if it never happened because I found a way to forgive her. She's going to pay the price more if she didn't do it.
But that's the after effect, right?
Yeah.
That's the after effect. We're trying to talk from the communication part, right? Before it happens, with the pre-invention, right? Can you trust somebody in reality that you can't communicate with? We had a quick conversation earlier, Amanda, you and I, right? You were saying that you've been in a relationship where the communication was incredible.
Okay, so yeah.
But what was that like? But the relationship didn't, you communicated, it was ending too. So that was a good communication.
Okay, so my best relationship, I had amazing communication there because we were friends. We started off as friends. And I mean, I feel like our whole relationship kind of kept that same friendship. So I think that's why it was the best for me. It didn't work out for a number of reasons. Communication was not one of them.
But what can the communication solve?
That's a great question.
Well, there was okay, so y'all know I dated a girl a couple years ago. And there was a lot of little things that was just not going to work for me.
I didn't answer the question.
It doesn't answer the question because it doesn't have anything about it. Communication could not have solved
But what is
the issues.
What is something that communication can't solve that you've experienced?
No, that's a great question. What is it that communication can't solve? Because everybody is communication. Communication is supposed to be the fucking everything. What is it that communication cannot solve?
Okay, so it was a lack of them being themselves. Like they weren't able to be their true self 100% of the time, which was annoying to me because this was the first time I've come out of myself to date someone I would not have usually dated. And I was very open to this experience and they weren't 100% with it.
Are we
That's
talking about coming out the closet?
correct. But like to some people and then not to others. So it was just like we wouldn't have the same relationship 100% of the time. So we'd have to act a certain way with like certain people and then we'd be okay with other people. And it was just like, all right, I cannot.
That's actually pretty dope when you think about it, right? Enrico always says this all the time. You half your niggas can't be yourself. Like maybe being yourself is probably one of the highest form of communication. Being who you are might be the highest form of. I like this, Amanda.
Me?
Maybe this is a little bit okay. Maybe being yourself is the highest
I'm
form
not.
of communication.
Me and Murray just
Because
exchanged a
if
look.
you can't be yourself, how could you communicate with someone? Because if I want to go out and I want to sleep with somebody, I'm being myself. I want to be able to be myself and be like, yo, I wanted to do this shit. I'm not gonna do it, but I just want you to know that I thought about doing it.
I would do it. If I wasn't with you, I'll go fuck her right there. But I'm with you. So I'm not gonna do it. That's because I love you and I respect you. Because then I also know you wouldn't let me.
And I would have been like,
And that's fair.
thanks, babe, but you don't have to say things like that.
Yeah,
You could
I
just shut the fuck
I
up.
like that relationship though. Honestly, like, I mean, I don't think I could. deal
people
with
just
it
be
if you-
opening their mouth.
if my
Like,
girl's
for
like,
what?
I love you, but if I wasn't with you, I let him fuck me doggy style.
What
I
is
don't
that?
think-
What is the point of saying things like that? I don't understand. What is the point? You just want to let me know?
No, I think I would actually prefer that though.
Right?
I would probably prefer that.
Because you like that. Would it turn you on?
No, what does turn me on?
What's wrong with her?
I'm just
Man,
saying.
that's fucking freaky.
Would it? Because
No,
I
it's
don't
not
care to
about
hear that.
turning on. It's about the person doesn't feel like
It kind of be
they got
fun.
like if you out. Let's
How
say
does
you
it fun you
out.
understand them?
Yeah, and let's say
could
you out
understand
and
it
you
being
tell a
fun,
guy,
that's
would
what
you
I'm
tell a
saying.
guy, Dan, if I wasn't with you, I would have went to the back and I would have got a drink from this guy and he could have probably got it. Could you say that to somebody you're with? And they're like,
You know
yo, that's
why
crazy.
I wouldn't say anything like that to the person I'm with? Because I don't need them like in the back of their minds thinking that like, oh, that's what she be thinking.
But not if
Like-
that person, not if you are who you are and they love you for who you are. They
That
don't give a
part.
fuck. I love you for who you are. I expect that from you.
Mhm.
You not doing it is weird.
Mhm.
Oh my God, can we talk about this?
You not being yourself is fucking weird.
Yes.
Be your fucking self.
Yeah, you're in a relationship now.
I'm
and-
more happy when you're yourself.
Yes, if we're both at the bar and I know there's attractive men here that you would find attractive that that look like one of your exes or two of your exes, and I know your type, I'm gonna ask you. Like, oh, you saw anybody you like?
if I'm asked, sure, but why are you asking? You want to have threesome?
No,
You want him to?
I'm saying that's. But I'm saying the level. No, I'm saying the level of comfort. The level of comfort and communication is there because if you see,
I
a
was gonna
girl
say
and you
something,
see
I
me,
forgot.
and you see me looking at her, you automatically think that something's going on. But why can't we just talk about it? I'm going
Okay.
home with you. You're going home with me.
There's a
I feel like a part of being myself, though, is I know social cues and I know when to shut the fuck up. So if
Do
I'm
you?
around, sometimes when I'm around my friends, I'll say some shit like that. Like, yo, if I didn't got a man, that nigga, that's who I'd be on tonight. But if I'm with my man, I'm not gonna say
You
that.
wouldn't say it like that, but you can't. You can't.
I would not feel the need to say that at all because that is who I am.
Okay.
Even if I had the thought, I'm not letting the thought come out of my mouth.
she's a Gemini. That's how they operate.
But again, see, but that's
And I
appreciated.
don't really think that there's
because
anything wrong with that. That's
but-
not hiding who I
actually,
am.
it's not because you know who you are. You're being yourself, right? So some people, and this is probably one of the hardships in relationships. Some people's whole thing in relationship is to avoid conflict.
That's whack. I
That's
can't be with
all
you.
they do in a relationship is they try to avoid fucking conflict. And they're like, yo, you know what? I don't even want to smoke. And especially men. Be like, yo, what happened? Yo, went to the strip club last night. Be like, yo, what you about to, yo, you know what? I don't even want to hear this shit.
Mm-mm.
I got to deal. It could be 100 different things. And it's like, yo, why don't you just tell her you went to the strip club? Bro, just tell her it was at your house. You had a flat tire. This shit happened.
Oh, that's
I
how the
cannot
lies
deal with this shit
Keep that
because
up.
I don't want the
I don't want
fucking
that.
problems. And that's a lot of people, and that shit happens.
Yep.
Because most men are jammed up when it comes to communicating. It is, I think we joking, but we're not. It is really difficult for men to just be like, yo, this is what's happening. And then because y'all punish us because we can't communicate, I think then men become possessive.
I don't
What
even
were you
remember the
saying?
2 words that you
Oh,
just
I was
said.
gonna say that the problem I also think that happens is that communication is valued more from people who are depth thinkers and overthinkers. And it's not valued as much as people who are just surface level thinkers. And then what happens is when somebody who has more depth than someone that they have a hard time communicating because the person who's just a surface minded person cannot have that type of communication with somebody who can go into the depths of the conversation. So like for me, I am a overthinker. I am extremely watching every single thing. So I need you to display who you are, communicate who you are, stay consistent with who you are, and allow me to know what's happening in that moment or moments because I don't need to formulate something by myself because I will. Right. So for me, it would help ease whatever might be happening and help prevent any arguments. Now, I dated a person who was a surface-minded person. I could tell this person the smallest thing. Why are you late? My dog shitted in the house. Oh, okay. And that's as far as it goes. But really it's like, with that type of person, you end up at a struggle with communication because you're not even practicing having a tough conversation because you don't need to. You know what I'm saying?
In a sense, is a little bit of misery, but again,
Misery.
yeah, if you're with somebody that you can't communicate with, but again,
Well, the person just takes advantage. I don't think it's misery. You just end up taking advantage because you don't have
you
to.
actually don't when you think about it. Because I'm thinking about what Amanda was saying about being yourself is one of the biggest form of communication, right? Some people just don't verbally communicate.
Yeah.
Some people are really great communicators with their actions. Some people might be like, you might say something like, damn, that's a crazy ass new coffee or something, whatever. And they communicate their whole communication is action. And if you pay attention to the cues of their action, they're better communicating than somebody that might just be talking.
I agree with that.
Do you see what I'm saying? Some people are great communicators with just action. They can't fucking mumble 3 words to tell you something, but their actions actually overpower their communication. If that makes any sense.
Some people can't comprehend shit, and it don't matter how much you communicate with them. I can tell you 17,000 things in 17,000 ways, in 17,000 different tones. You're still not going to understand it because I realize some people don't want to understand shit. They want to believe that they're right. They want to believe that whatever it is that they've, gathered in their mind is the truth. And they want to stick to what they know or what somebody told them or what some podcast told them about men. And it doesn't matter what you communicate. Some people are cemented in being stuck in, I don't want to use a harsh word, but stupid. Like you stuck there. It don't matter what I do. It don't matter. I tell you what it is. I could be honest to God, or I could be calm.
So I'm gonna build on that real quick. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Hard-headed, stuck on stupid, got you tired as fuck, right? Talking crazy shit. Rome, you listening?
I'm here with you.
You ready, Rome? You ready?
You trying to
ready?
rile me up?
11:37 p.m. You hear some music popping, You get in the room, she get on top of you. She fucks and sucks and communicates properly. By the time you wake up in the morning, you didn't even remember what the fuck happened yesterday.
That's why I'm here. And she needs to stop fucking me.
Again, communication is different, right? Some women communicate at an A+ level through sex. Some women's sexual communication is so fucking good that they're like, yeah, I don't. What the nigga was saying? He said something about going to Canada tomorrow. She don't know nothing, but you know what she did? She went to Victoria's Secrets. She got the motherfucking smell goods. She got this. She got that. By the time all communication was done between 11:30 and 12:30. That was it.
That's called manipulation.
Yeah, I was like, that's sexual
Wait, did you
manipulation.
say the same thing as me, Marie? Thank you.
I'm just saying, some people communicate great in the bedroom. Some people communicate great with finances. Some people communicate great with words, but all of them are still communication that could control people.
Well, I don't think that's communication.
It's not genuine communication.
It's called manipulation.
Yeah.
You can manipulate a man with sex, of course.
Not all.
Not all. I said A.
Okay.
You can manipulate a man with sex.
Not Rome.
I'm just saying, because
I was like, I don't fuck 1,000 women. Like, what are we talking about? You gonna manipulate me with what?
with what?
Some pussy.
Some day old pussy? Get out of here.
Been there.
You know.
Look, you see him shrug?
No, it's a no. Look at his mouth.
Yo, y'all niggas is so. All right, ladies. Let me tell you something. First of all, they both full of shit. I'm gonna tell you why.
To who?
What?
I'm gonna tell you why they both full of shit. They're gonna enjoy it. The difference is, this is where they get the credit. Once that nut is out their body, all the good senses come back.
I got a hand.
It doesn't last.
What good senses? Alan, Lil Wayne said it best. Once I come to my senses.
There you go.
I wasn't thinking until I nutted. Once I nutted, I realized
You back to your senses.
no,
You gotta get up, get dressed, and go back outside.
no. I'm not coming back inside. Like, I'm at my senses. I'm not under a hypnosis spell.
Yeah, I don't.
You hypnotized for about 20
But I mean,
minutes.
that's not really communication because whatever problem you had, it's still there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so that's it. Don't
It's
make,
just
Thank you, DV.
I think
like-
we're confusing. I think we're
Domestic
mixing,
It's a distraction.
communication with like
Not-
proper conflict
know.
resolution skills. Because I think if you have that, then that's way different than just communicating. Because like you communicate the problem, but you still got to fix it. Like just because you communicate, you still have to fix that problem. I think that's where we're not going over like that.
So that will go on what the question Amanda was asked, right? Amanda, if there's a conflict, some conflicts cannot be resolved. You're just good at communicating part A, part B. Can we fix the shit that you're talking about?
And you have to know how to resolve them. Like if you're a poor communicator, if you're poor,
What if you're a great communicator, but you're terrible at fixing conflict?
I'm like, what are you getting at? If you're poor, what does
Yeah, yeah.
poor have?
Poor
I was like,
communicator.
What does it matter if you don't have any money?
No, a poor communicator. If you're a poor communicator, but you can't fix the conflict, what the fuck does it matter?
yeah, because you're just going to be going in a circle, really. Because me screaming how I feel doesn't mean nothing if nothing comes out of it. There's no solution out of that. I told you how I feel. You're still doing the same dumb shit.
You know, comprehension overrides communication. And sometimes you don't need to communicate when I can comprehend or communicate as much when I can comprehend.
I agree with that.
When you can't comprehend, you have to somebody has to over communicate. Now, if we start focusing and stop saying, "Oh, communication is key," and start saying
Comprehension is
"Comprehension
key.
Gotta start asking people, how's
What
your
did you hear?
what's
Yeah.
your comprehension
what-
skills?
like, because if I say something, and I've said it here at the table, and I won't say who is this, but I can say something like, if a man cheats, he was just at a low period in his life, and then I could get a response of, so he doesn't love his woman. It's like comprehension is key. That was never communicated, right? So what happens is if I'm able to say, hey, listen, right now I'm just in a tough moment, and I just need a break, right? I just need
I need some breathing
I
space.
need a breathing space to relax. If a woman cannot comprehend and she equates that to, so you don't want to be with me no more, you don't love me, she does not have the ability for you to even have a successful communication within your relationship because she cannot comprehend what you're saying. Now, if she doesn't comprehend and responds with questions so she can understand,
She's trying to get.
so that's a whole different ball game. But I feel like the best partners don't have to have much communication because they comprehend each other more than I guess the average relationship.